Hello folks, welcome to Lexi IAS Academy. In this video, we'll be discussing about a current affair topic presented to you by a faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we'll be looking into today? Why are fertility levels declining in India? In this topic, we'll be discussing as to why is it in news, what is the relevance of it to your UPSC, that is GS paper 1. We will also be discussing about your fertility rates, we will be discussing about your replacement levels, and we will also be discussing about a way forward and follow it up with a mains question. Alright, let's get this topic started. Look at this. What has a global study shown about the total fertility rate in India? Why are the southern states concerned? This is what we will be addressing in the course of the video. Look at this. I will tell it to you like a story, you will listen to it like a story. Alright? India, post 1950s, that is after we became independent. We are a developing country, newborn country. At the same point of time, we had excessive burden of population outgrowth. With limited resources. This led to what? Excessive poverty, hunger. You name them, we had them. Coupled side this, now whatever I'm going to write, it is not new just to India, it is throughout the worldwide, but rather the difference here was very high. What is that? Unequal resource distribution. This was true back in 1950, this is true even in 2025. What do I mean? According to your Oxfam report, your top 5% control or hold 60% of the resources. Whereas your bottom 50% collectively hold 3% of the resources. So with all of this, the country had to navigate forward means at any point of time, any given point of time, one thing if you say it was important, that was to control the population growth. So what started was our age-old practice of family planning. Gained huge importance. Now you would have heard all the stories about family planning, etc. during your emergency period of time. Yeah, so religiously family planning had to be introduced and started. Now more rigorously, Pura India pe, more rigorously who went into doing the family planning was, it was largely your southern states. The southern states went into rigorous family planning. So much so that in 1988 itself Kerala reached replacement level. Now, total fertility rate of a country, how much ever it is there, like how many children are they going to have, so that a woman in her lifetime, how many children she's going to have, that it will lead to a replacement for her and her family. Understanding? So this will be a replacement. Here, in this case, 1988 pay itself, Kerala had reached the replacement range of 2.1. That is a replacement level. Below that, if it falls, it becomes irreplaceable. That is, your fertility rate becomes irreplaceable and it becomes very difficult to come back to increased states. One common example is South Korea. For example, your South Korea has a total fertility rate of 0.78. After now, this is very alarming. They're not even having very good fertility rate, aging population. Furthermore, we'll discuss the issues with it. But they spend millions and millions of dollars trying to reverse this number. But still, as of 2023, it came to 0.73. That is, once your fertility rate falls below replacement level, it becomes very difficult to increase it, and rather it will go on a downward trend, but it will not increase. That is why we are discussing the example of your South Korea. Understanding? So your southern states started implementing your family planning rigorously. So much so that what fertility rate was 6.18 in the 1950s, presently it is 1.9 in 2021. Now it is said that if the same trend continues, it will reach to 1.1 in your 2100. This will fall way below your replacement number. It has right now itself fallen. And once it falls below your replacement, that is 2.1, let's keep it at 2.1 as your replacement, means if it falls below this, then it will always go on a downward trend, but it will not increase. Understanding? And one of the major states, if it has to be concerned about it, that was your Kerala. Understanding? Now if I say Andhra Pradesh, already its fertility rate has gone to 1.5. 1.5. Understanding? Now, look at this. This was in a period of time, post your 1950s, 60s period of time. We'll take a comparison of China, India, and Pakistan. Look at this. This blue line that you see, this is of your India. What is the cause of this total fertility rate reduction or total fertility rate reducing? First and foremost, like in the very first we discussed, family planning, birth control, and your women empowerment, women literacy increasing, women participation in the workforce increasing, urbanization. Also the concept of here now increased late pregnancies, associated complications with that, and also generally a low level of fertility observed in both men as well as women. Okay, there's a lot of factors which has led to the present scenario of the fertility rate falling below the replacement level. Just one factor, you can't pinpoint it out. But one of the issue is, if this is allowed to continue without any steps, by 2100 we would have reached 1.1, which is very, very low and has a huge issue. Now one example I'll mention of your Kerala. In your 2030, by your 2030, the elderly population is going to be somewhere around 26%, 23 to 26%, which will be higher than the number of children. So the burden keeps increasing. And also one more thing, same Kerala example only will take, because of this, okay, and also looking for your better job perspectives outside, people are going outside in search of better jobs, better livelihood. So in Kerala, what has happened is there is an in demand within the state demand, which has alongside your higher wage rates, a good life expectation, has led to inward migration or inside migration, meaning what? From other states they are coming to Kerala. So much so that they've told that by 2030, 1/6 of the people, that is 1/6 of the population, will be migrants only in Kerala. Understanding? So these are all the associated issues that are, or the implications that's arising because of declining total fertility rate. Now, as we said, yes, aging population. Upon that, from this, now, with respect to Kerala, with respect to Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, so largely your southern states, they are facing this issue of aging population, which means if aging population is there, then the need for your societal security, social security, and your health benefits ka burden also increases. Alongside that, the young population is becoming very limited. In that young population also, they are looking outwards, they are migrating outwards for what? For better job opportunities, creating a dent or a space or a void in that particular state, which is now filled by other state migration. Yes, alongside this, the southern states are worried about losing seats or losing their representation in the parliament. Why? Delimitation Commission activities will be taking place in year 2026 because they religiously did your family planning, your population control. Is it like a mistake for them to be slapped with lesser number of seats? Yes, that is also a concern. So political representation is also a concern. First, because we were speaking about your political representation, another thing is, in this particular issue, these states for doing their work, and if the delimitation happens based on the population only, it will be like rewarding bad behavior, because the states which religiously did it are facing disadvantage, states which were not able to cap the population are getting advantage. Yes, so there should be an equitable resource distribution. That is first thing. Second thing, now, yes, see, we can't deny or address, we can't leave without addressing the elephant in the room. Yes, there is increasing elderly population. Now, what is the potential of that if we try to tap into our economic resources? That will be the smart move here. You try to take advantage of the potential of the elderly population and put them into the economic arena. Another thing is, you give more incentives to your families on your taxes, etc., for families wanting to have, or at least prompting families to have more children. Okay. Another thing that we can see is socio-economic policies, where they don't have to feel a burden or excess in this, especially in this geopolitical climate. They don't have to feel like it is very difficult for us to bring up another child, which will make them limit their options. Understanding? Now let's look at a possible mains question. This was a 2021 mains question. Discuss the main objectives of population education and point out the measures to achieve them in India in detail. Wherein first we will discuss about the issues that we had from your 1950s, then what was this stage, like your southern states implementing it better, what were the schemes they followed, for example, your women empowerment, schemes to improve the literacy rate, getting the women into workforce, financial independence. Also, they with more growing awareness, they started becoming more and more aware of what can be done. The concept of choice of life started coming into picture, making better informed decisions, right? So all of this culminated, and government's, your national family health surveys mention can also be added here. So all of this has to be the answer. Okay, we've reached the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.